The given question is that so we need to design 4 to 1 multiplexer using with the help of only 2 to 1 multiplexer. It means that using only 2 to 1 multiplexers we need to design 4 to 1 multiplexing concept, right? So for that what you have to remember is in the first step, right? So we should know the what is the block diagram of the 4 to 1 multiplexer, right? So if you remember this one, then remaining part will be dead easy, right? So 4 to 1 multiplexer means 4 inputs single output, right? So I naught, these are the 4 inputs single outputs. How many selection lines are required? 2 selection lines, because 4 means 2 power n selection lines, so 2 power 2 selection lines are required, right? So keep in mind that the final design, right, should be in terms of the 2 to 1 multiplexer, but finally how many selection line we require? 4 should be there, sorry, 4 input should be there, single output should be there, 2 selection lines should be there, right? So if you remember this one, then half of our problem is solved, right? Now using what? Only 2 to 1. So first we will concentration on the input, right? So what is the block diagram of 2 to 1 multiplexer? This one, right? So 2 inputs, right? So single output, single selection line, right? First we will concentration on the input value. So right, you just think, right? So if you take how many 2 to 1 multiplexer, we will be getting the 4 inputs. As if you are taking the 2 to 1 multiplexer, we will be getting the 2 inputs, right? If you want to get the 4 input, means how many 2 to 1 multiplexer are required? 2, right? So for that I am going to consider the 2 to 1 multiplexers, right? So let it be I naught, I1, this will give I2, I3. Remember that this is the stage 1, right? Initially this is the stage 1, right? So next if you are proceeding, this is we can call it as the stage 2. Next if you have something, we can call it as the stage 3. Remember one important point, if you are solving the problem like this, right? So if you are working on the first stage, nothing but stage 1, the selection line value should be same, right? The selection line name should be same. What is the meaning of this one is, if one multiplexer, first multiplexer selection line value is S0, then second multiplexer value also should be S0, third multiplexer value also should be S0 only. That is the meaning. So if you are going in the stage 2, right, so selection line will be, it not S1, it will be S1, S1, S1 something. If you are going for the stage 3, if it is S2, S3, then again it should be S2, S3, like that we need to consider, right? So it means that we will be getting the one output, again we will be getting the one more output value, right? So 2 to 1 multiplexer means single selection line. What is this value? S0. So here what is the value? Remember that we are in stage 1, so selection line number should be same, right? This you have to remember. Now if we see that this part is completed, right? So we got the 4 selection line. As of now, how many selection line completed? S0, S0 both are the same, guys, right? So one selection line is completed. What is the pending part? S1 is pending, Y is pending, right? If you observe here, now we will concentration on the output value, right? So how many output we required? Finally only single output. But if you observe here, how many outputs we have? 2 outputs. But finally how many output we required? Only single output is required, right? So how to find out this one? Again we need to use only 2 to 1 multiplexer. So if you see that, if you take one more 2 to 1 multiplexer, we will be getting the single output, right? It means that again I am going to consider the one more 2 to 1 multiplexer. So remember that this is in the stage 2, right? So 2 to 1 multiplexer. Now if you observe here, the output of the multiplexer will be input of the second multiplexer, right? So this output will be connected to the input, this output will be connected to the input. So stage 2 means selection line number should not be S0, it should be some different value, S1. So how many outputs we have? 1, right? So in the final design we have the single output, 4 inputs. So here we have the selection line 0, here we have the selection line 2s, right? This is how we are going to design the 4 to 1 multiplexer using 2 to 1 multiplexer, right? So next question is that we need to design 8 to 1 multiplexer by using only 2 to 1 multiplexers, right? So by using 8 to 1 multiplexer, right? Sorry, 8 to 1 multiplexer means we will be having the inputs, right? I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7, right? So this is nothing but 8 to 1 multiplexer. Single output, how many selection lines? 8 input means 2 power 3, 3 selection lines. So remember that we need to design by using only 2 to 1, but finally there should be 8 inputs, 3 selection line, single outputs. First we will concentration on the input value, right? So if you want to get the 8 inputs, how many 2 to 1 multiplexers are required? So if you see that 2 to 1 multiplexer means you will be having the 2 inputs, single selection line, single output, right? So if you want to get the 8 inputs, how many 2 to 1 multiplexer are required? Yes, 4 2 to 1 multiplexers are required, so that you will be able to get the 8 input values, right? So for that I am considering this one, right? 1 2 3 4 2 to 1 multiplexers. So first we are going to concentrate on the our input functionality. So let it be I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7. So which stage? This is the stage 1. So after that we will be having the stage 2, then stage 3. As we discussed, in each stage selection line number should be constant, right? If it is S0, for remaining multiplexer also it should be S0 only, right? So it means that S0, here also same stage means S0, S0, S0 only. How many outputs we will be getting? 4 outputs. So finally how many outputs we required? 1. How many selection lines are required? 3. As of now we have completed 8 inputs, 1 selection line. Now pending is that we require 2 more selection line, single output, right? But here the given question is that we need to use only 2 to 1 multiplexers. Now how I can able to convert this again further in stage 2, right? So finally I should convert in terms of the single output by using only 2 to 1. So for that here 4 input, right? So how many 2 to 1 multiplexers are required? Because each 2 to 1 multiplexer capable of taking only 2 inputs. It means that here we require 1 2 to 1 multiplexer, again 1 2 to 1 multiplexer. This output will be input here, this output will be input here. Now stage 2, right? Selection line number is what? It should not be S0, it should be some other value, right? So stage 2 means all the selection line name should be same, right? So here you will be getting the 2 outputs, right? So how many selection lines are completed? 2 are completed. One more is pending. Output, single output is pending, right? If you see here, how many outputs we have? 2 outputs. How to convert into single output by using of 2 to 1 multiplexer? Just I am going to consider one more 2 to 1 multiplexer in stage 3. This one will be connected to here, this one will be connected. Now stage 3 means selection line should be different, right? H2. So how many outputs you will be getting? Single output. See, in my final design I have the 8 inputs, 3 selection lines, single output value, right? So this is how we are going to design the multiplexer concept. Suppose for example even given question is something like this: design 8 to 1 multiplexer using, right? So 2 4 to 1 multiplexer and 1 2 to 1 multiplexer. So what is the meaning of this one is, we need to design the 8 to 1 multiplexer by using with the help of 2 4 to 1 multiplexer and 1 2 to 1 multiplexer, right? Now how to design this one we will see. So if you want to design 8 to 1 multiplexer, how many inputs are required? 8, right? Now which one we have to take? 4 to 1 multiplexer first, right? So if you consider 2 4 to 1 multiplexer, 4 to 1 multiplexer again 4 to 1 multiplexer in the stage 1, right? So how many inputs? 4 to 1 means 4 inputs, single output, right? How many selection lines? 2, S0, S1. So what about here? What about here? Same stage means the selection line number should be same. Remember, this is important point, right? So I0, I1, I2, I3, this I am going to take the I4, I5, I6, I7, right? Now see that we have already taken 2 4 to 1 multiplexer. What is the pending thing we have? 1 2 to 1 multiplexer we can use, right? So how to use this? Convert this 2 outputs into single output by using of the 2 to 1 multiplexer, right? This is nothing but the next stage, right? So this will be connected to here, this will be connected to here. So 2 to 1 multiplexer means we will be having the single selection line. Stage 2 means different selection lines, output single. So finally we have the 8 inputs, selection lines are 3, single output. This is how we can design the 8 to 1 multiplexer using 2 4 to 1 multiplexer and 1 2 to 1 multiplexer, right? I hope you understand this concept, right? Please like and subscribe guys. Thank you.